I love dresses, and when you can sew, you can even make them with different color matching and patterns. If you're new around here, my name is Irene, I love sewing and I upload twice a week, so consider subscribing if you don't want to miss anything. And I'm also on Instagram. When I designed this dress, it was when I saw myself while editing the video with the two pieces of fabric like this. So since then, I've been seeing a few cottagecore dresses that I love in different colors like this one, but I'm going to make it with the same color in a mustard, but in a different size check or gingham. We'll never know. Picnic check. This dress I'm wearing is really easy to make because it has no zip and you tie it, so it's even multi-size because you can add up or down 10 kilos and you can still wear it, which is what's happened to me. So this one, on the other hand, needs a zip. There's no other way, and we're going to use both fabrics like on this one. So one sleeve, for example, is going to be the bigger check, the other one the smaller one, and like that the chest area, the waistline, and the skirt as well. So we're going to be doing quite a bit of cutting here. Measurements. Because it's a midi dress, I'm going to start by cutting the skirt. Put your measuring tape upside down so it's easier. 65 this one measures, so that's what I'm going to do, and it's going to be like an A-line skirt with a bit of a flow and a bit of a gather. So for the waistline, you're going to measure your waistline, in my case 76, and add a little bit so it's a bit gathered at the top. And then I'm going to work my way up. I have the waistline already measured, so I'm going to add 10 centimeters on the side because it's going to have like a sash sort of detail. And then here it's going to get up to your bra line, which is 15 centimeters in my case. And then this is going to curve down because of the chest. And then for your chest area, you're going to measure from your shoulder down, going right above your chest, and this measurement, 30 in my case, you're going to add some extra volume to the width, 19, and I'm going to add 4 centimeters, which is the measurement of the curve or your chest from the top down. This curve, this line, is going to be the ones you add because it's going to gather here. It's not going to have any darts, but a gather. Then you're going to need your shoulder measurement, 6 centimeters. And for the back, you just need to measure from side to side underneath your armholes, 44. And to the back, I'm just going to put 2 colors. I'm not going to be mismatching. And then the sleeve, you need the measurement of the top of the sleeve. Is going to be a bell sleeve like this one, and the inside as well. And then all around it, which is in my case 22 with the curve, and double it, 44. First, I'm going to cut my patterns in both fabrics. The skirt panels need sewing and gathering, and then the bodies, sewing together the back panels and the front with the lining. I can now sew front and back together, add the sleeves and then the skirt for the zip to go in. 80. So you can see all my mismatch of stuff, and I'm going to try to, so the inside of the garment is as pretty as the outside. So I'm going to use flat felt seams in everything I can. The inside of the sleeves, the bit of the front, the skirt, everything. So except for the side seam, I'm going to use this zip, and it's not as long as I thought it was. So if I put it on the back, in the middle, it's not going to even reach a bit below the waistline, and that's not going to help me put it on. So I'm going to put it on the side, and that way it's hidden. I really like zips on the side because of that. They are hidden, they are nice and flat, you can see them, and I can put them on easier because I can't reach my back. And with all of this done, I had to just figure it out because I did this long ago. I'm going to start putting pieces together, starting with the bodice, which I'm going to sew right sides together and making sure I don't overlap things because of the pattern, so it looks nice and crisp. And then the lining that it has on the waistline, which I'm going to sew right on top of the other seam, and that way I won't have any problems, I think. And then the understitching, so this lining stays in place and doesn't move, and with that it looks really good. And I'm going to sew together the back piece to the front bodice by the shoulders and one of the side seams, the right one, because I'm going to put the zip on the left one. I think it'll be easier if I have to do anything, like if I need, I don't know, if I need it more fitted, to do it by the back. Of course, the skirt of the dress is going to be sewn, like everything, right sides together to the bodice, and I'm going to finish the back with the inside of the back with some bias tape, because the front has this bit of lining in the white cotton. If you can not waste fabric on your lining, is better if you have something spare. And then this bit of lining I'm going to just fold in and sew along the front. I'm going to pin it and sew it on the front, so I don't so I can do it right in between the seam and is not seen at all. And then the sleeve is not difficult to sew. You just have to align the side seam of the dress and the side seam of the sleeve and pin it. And I like to do this by putting the dress inside out and the sleeve right sides out. Well, this is how I'm doing. It looks quite nice. But one thing I didn't realize is this. The back panel, it's not the way it should be. It's the other way. It should be so the skirt is in contrast. I didn't realize. I thought it had to be in contrast with the front, but it isn't. So anyways, it doesn't matter. It looks pretty either way. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to add the zip, which is not that difficult. It looks difficult because the dress has a bit of closing here just underneath the armhole area, So I'm just going to add my zip. It's an invisible one. So what I'm going to do is, well, what I always do, I just present it and then I open it. So when you do that, you just make sure that you're sewing it the right way and the little dents are on the outside of the seam. And of course, with this presser foot for invisible zips, I prefer the plastic one. It works better for me than the metal one. Well, the zip wasn't difficult to sew at all, and now the two little details I have left is all the hemming at the bottom, which I'm going to do with a double hem, and the elastic band that goes on the sleeves, which I'm just going to sew on the inside without making it pretty or anything, because I'm not sure if I want it, if I don't. So I'm going to see and try for a few days, see how it feels, and that'll be it. Well, mind my earrings, they don't match obviously, but I'm really pleased with it. I think it looks really nice. Maybe the sleeves would have been nicer if they had been puffier, but I think it looks nice. I love the edge here. I love everything about it. I think it's really pretty. And the only thing is that the neckline is a bit loose, but that's just, if I pinch it here, it won't happen. So that's just easily fixable. So the rest of it, I love it. I think it's ideal. I think sewing is underrated and we should sew more, because if I can make myself a dress that on the high street is 300 pounds or euros or dollars, I think it is worth doing it. And the thing I like the most is that I did it to my tasting, to my likings, and it is mustard. So let me know down in the comments what you thought. If you like it, consider subscribing, and I'll see you around. Bye.